Fridays nights are tier 1 nights. Good evening everyone, welcome to the second half of Season 7. Season 7.5, our Continental Classic series. And yeah, we're kind of sidetracked right now because my Totoms partner, Monkey Boy Kurt, is trying frantically to get their microphone connected up in our Xbox party, commentary box. So yeah, this is going well. This is a good start to the evening. Anyway, I'm Cruiser 1872. Welcome to FPRL, and this is the Yas Marina circuit, Abu Dhabi. Not a favourite of mine, but yeah, it's should be a fun one. Yeah, sorry for the silence at the start of the stream. I'm just trying to make sure everything is okay with the Totoms partner and with everything on Discord. But I'll happily be taking chat engagements for the start of the stream, you know. Thank you, Gary. Silverside Boy asked, and I shall receive a drink redemption. Thank you, Mr. Silverside Boy. And take my word for it, there is a drink by my side. There you go. And oh dear. Law in the chat, good evening to you, saying, to all who it may concern, don't brake late or into the pit lane. Yeah. For a backstory to this, check out the tier 2 stream that we had on Wednesday, as we'll go on board with Nigel Piddle for the start of the stream. And I think Monkey Boy's having Xbox party issues. He's not able to hear me or able to connect his audio, which is fantastic. So I'm ride solo for the moment right now. And Silverside Boy redeeming a truth or dare, which to be fair is kind of by default. So yeah. Silverside Boy, I'd like to have a truth, please. And Law, I mean, it could have happened to anyone, but it happened to you. So yeah. Like I just said, if you haven't already, check out the tier... Is there audio here? As it's just very, very quiet. Yeah, check out the tier 2 stream that we had on Wednesday and the tier 1 stream which we're having now. All of this will be uploaded onto our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Fairplay Racing League. It's where all of our Twitch VODs get uploaded to, and of course all of the races are streamed live on twitch.tv/FP Racing League. If you guys want to join up one day across any of our tier categories, be sure to use !F1 on in our Discord server. In our Twitch chat, you'll get a link to our recruitment server. Complete the sign-up steps as Nigel sets at 22.2. Complete the sign-up steps in our Discord recruitment server. You'll move over to the main server, and bit of a try here because tier 1 we kinda need some drivers in. But still, it should promise to be an entertaining race, nonetheless. Silverside Boy with a waste of a truth or dare redemption asking who's winning the Scottish Premiership. I think you know the answer to that. And it's an obvious answer, as there's Reese who's arrived, our European champion, looking to make it 2 crowns across Europe and across all of our other continents, so technically a world champion, literally. On a 22.1, I don't Raza Gamer. C Davies is actually making his return in the pack. Knox Desires on their lap. There's Object Fungus just leaving the pits. Drobel going around the 3rd sector of the lap. Silverside Boy saying that that's not the truth. Interesting. So, well, you better hurry up because we've got 12 minutes left in qualifying. Drobel on a 22.5, Crucible was by my side, demanding attention, as always, on a Friday night. Of course, now they pick the time for playtime. Yes! We hear Monkey Boy Kurt! Monkey Boy Kurt's back!
I don't know I don't know what was wrong with that, but yes, I am back. I was never away. It was just my mic, but we're back now. The brilliant duo of Tier 1 comms, Monkey Boy, Kurt and Cruiser. But yeah, obviously I haven't done my intro yet, so I'll quickly do it now. Good evening to everyone. From me, hopefully we're going to see another good quality session, as it all looks like we are seeing one at the moment. Good lap so far from Ginny Vane. He got a podium last week. But yeah, finally got it all working, Cruiser, so that's a good thing.
We are back. I still need to think of a name because, of course, me and C. Davies had Scotchshire. Yeah, I was still on the fence for that. If you want to leave a suggestion in the Twitch chat, go ahead. Make it sensible, please. Because I have a feeling that one or two of you are listening are going to take the absolute mick out of it. Ali Ferrari in the Mercedes is going through the Sector 3. Abu Dhabi recently having a revamp in track layout. You'll notice the hairpin at turn 5, what used to be a chicane before a hairpin, was Ali Ferrari in a 22-1. It's like he came into play tonight in, at least around Yas Bonita. Yeah, as I said, turn 5 now is just the one hairpin, and turn 9 at the end of the second DRS zone is now another flowing, kind of like a horseshoe hairpin almost. And then Sector 3 is a lot more open and a lot more, well, I say a lot more open. It's not quite as right angled as it was before. So expect a little bit more overtaking tonight in the field as we'll jump back towards Object Founders. You'll notice as well though, no AMS drive. So he's got a little bit of catching up to do throughout the course of our continental series. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there in the end. It's a bit of a tongue twister. But Object, very surprising, I'll say, for one, because he hasn't actually won a race yet this season. 7 races down. He's one I would have been tipping for the European series, but he's playing catch up across season 7 because, as I forgot to mention as well, a Continental Series is another mini-series along with our European Championships, but the results will be merged as one for the overall campaign. So what you see here is a mini-series within the main event, like the European Series was. So we'll go with that. Now, I should have been told in a Twitch chat as well that AMS Drive has actually gave up his seat for the season. So that's an open door for Object Founders to try and catch up towards Reese. There's a 122.3 for Object, and the top 5 covered currently by a quarter of a second, so quite close so far. Junivane and Nigel actually still up in 4th, going to go for another lap is the Haas. C. Davies yet is the only one yet to set a lap time. Ads is on their out lap as well, actually getting out of the way of the Aston Martin. But now, good to see C. Davies back in the tier 1 paddock and racing tonight. Has been missed, and I think tonight it's just going to be more of a how do I stand in this field for C. Davies, I think, Monkey Boy Kurt.
Yeah, he'll be. He's getting a little toe off his teammate there, Robin, which will give him a little bit of a extra boost down that back straight. But yeah, C. Davies is hoping to try and get himself up as high as possible in qualifying and try and get some points in the race. Obviously, we've got, like you say, 2 drivers left to set laps, and C. Davies is about to be setting his in the next few seconds. But I think standout of these first runs has to be Ginny Vane, like I've already said, sitting in P3 at the moment with a 22.2. Only a 10th off pole position, but C. Davies goes around and he's going to validate it. Oh, I didn't actually. I think he might have had to slow down a bit potentially to avoid invalidating there. And he goes into 7th ahead of his teammate for now, the 22.4. But yeah, I think potentially he might have lost a couple of attempts there with that last corner. So he might even have the potential to go up even higher around that top 3 mark. And if he can get as high as that, I'd be very impressed with that.
Yeah, the field quite close so far as Raza puts his name in the mix up in 5th. Currently the top 10 covered by just under 0.4 of a second, so it is quite close. Nigel looks as though he's on for a second push lap, making a mistake in that main run. Reese going for their second run in this qualifying session up to the hotel. Ali Ferrari is going to go for another outlap. He's just going up towards the hotel section between the Haas and the Mercedes. Is a Ferrari, I would imagine, of Drobel as Object has started his lap. Reese just keeps it in bounds. And I'm not surprised at this point, to be honest. The 121.6 for the Haas. Challenge has been thrown down, so who's going to accept it?
Well, potentially Nigel Piggle could have a go at it. I think he's going to be the next driver across the line to set a lap. That's up there anyway at the moment. We've also got Razza Gamer, who's down at the moment. I think he's actually gone through and set it out of a 22.3. Here comes Ads, though, the last person to set a time. And we know what he can do in certain quali sessions and certain races. He's been up there with and he's lost it on the last corner. And, yeah, a little bit of a jinx there. And he's going to have to get in the pits and go again. 24.5, that'll do him no favours. So let's go to Nigel Piggle. Is he going to improve on his time?
Oh, he's going to improve.
And he does. He goes up to second place. It's a Haas 1-2 at the moment with a 21.9, the second driver into those 121s.
Got Object Fungus heading around the final corner. You'll know from last season it's not his favourite, and it's a 22.1 for Object. Still behind Ali, and Shadow's actually in the mix. Hello. Alpine agenda, anyone?
Well, here comes Ali now. He's a 10th up, it was saying, through sector 2. Just wants to make sure he doesn't go wide here. No, keeps it within the white lines. This could also be another time potentially in the 21s if he's had a good last sector. Could it go faster than Nigel Piggle is the question. Yes, it does, but not as fast as Reese at 21.8. But it puts him on the front row for now.
Might have lost a bit of time in that final corner, got bogged down as he turned in, did the Mercedes driver, but he didn't have enough time to get round. He's got around 6 minutes left in the qualifying session. Reese actually back in the pits. Shows how early he set that lap time. Just over 5 minutes left of our short qualifying session. Knox Desire could be a wild card in the race. Heading up to the line now is the Alpha. He's up in the top 10, just ahead of C. Davies. Robin going out for an outlap as well. There's Ads just made it back. Expect him to move up the standings, but after the second run, Shadows is up in 4th, just behind Nigel. This is actually a pretty shook up grid so far if they stay as it is. Phenom going for his lap. He's got the whole track to himself, pretty much. There's the next car ahead of him is Ali Ferrari. He's going through turn 9. Phenom just heading through the chicane of turn 6. So he's got a nice open track ahead of him. He can just focus and set his lap. Can the Alpine driver? Actually, do not jump on board with him. He's not been getting a lot of stream time recently. Has Phenom won the championship around here in season 5? Takes a bit of an awkward line though, going through the horseshoe turn 9, the hotel section for the Alpine. I don't expect an improvement, and that's about confirmed. It as an invalidation. He didn't get settled at all at sector 3. And actually should be said, sector 3 on fresh tyres, that's where your time's going to be made up on the lap.
Yeah, I mean, all these times coming in are very, very quick. They're going to be quite difficult to improve. Knox Desire comes into the pits. He will have another chance to go for another lap, but Robin has gone early. Obviously, he's on his out lap with 3 minutes to go. So this is going to be his last run. Potentially could get 2 laps in if he's got the fuel, if he messes this one up. I think he's just made sure that he's got enough time to get another one in case he invalidates this run. We might as well just follow him round for this lap. So let's do that on board as no other drivers are out on track. Through turn 1 he goes, and then up towards the quick left-hander of turn 2, now around the long sort of swooping turn 3. And this is part of the circuit they've changed in recent years. Used to be a little chicane there with a slow hairpin for that corner there, but they changed it into just one fast left-hander. Obviously, Verstappen and Hamilton getting overtaken at that corner famously in 2021 as we now come down the straight now into the DRS zone and brake around the 100-metre board. And these couple of corners here are really difficult to get right. You have to make sure that you really give enough room on the right-hand side curb so you can get the acceleration, because if you hit that curb, you can just throw the car everywhere. Let's see what Robin's going to do for the second sector. It's a 52.5. He's a 10th and a half up. That's going to put him up to around about P7. And if he can improve further, maybe get himself into the top 5 potentially. And now we've got the last sector of this Abu Dhabi circuit. It's quite slow, quite twisty, a lot of corners to it. It's a really free-flowing section. And if you can get it just right, you can definitely gain at least a good 3-4 temps just by turning at the right moments. But as he comes around the final corner, Robin, what's he going to put in? And it is what I said, just in front of Raza Gamer, 22-2 up into 7th place. But unfortunately for him, I don't think he's going to be able to go any quicker now because the light is flashing, and I believe there's only about 2 minutes left in the session.
Yeah, it's like that's qualifying over for Robin, and he's actually set a purple sector 1 on no battery. Respect. He's actually going for it on no battery. He's going to try and get a slipstream train from all the cars in an outlap, but I think that Haas there, probably of Nigel, who left a kind remark to you in the Twitch chat, Monkey Boy Kurt, regarding the Lewis Hamilton Max Verstappen scenario. Robin, he's still going for it as the Aston driver. He's going to get a very nice slipstream here behind one of the Ferraris. Might have actually been on Drobo again, and nah, that battery's going to cost him. He's 3 tenths down, so that's that for Robin. I think Ali's actually on his last run now, and everyone's starting to back up and bunch up now, but oh, never mind. Ali's invalidated, but will he have enough time to get round? No, that's it.
I think he will. Oh, is
no,
it?
That's it. 54 seconds. That's it. Ali's not going to improve. It was over before it started for the Mercedes.
Well, it's down to others then. Try and get Reese off the top. Can Nigel do it? Shadow's up in 4th. Can he improve? Obviously, Object Fungus. We'd obviously expect Ads as well down in 13th. We saw him spin at the last corner on his first run. Could he have a go at the Haas? And also Drobel down in 12th as well. He hasn't had, by his standards, the best first run. So there's definitely a lot to happen in the latter parts of this qualifying session. And with obviously Ali Ferrari invalidating, I think it's going to be Raza Gamer that's going to be the first person to set his final lap.
Just following Raza, heading down towards Sector 3, and as the checkered flag is out, keep an eye out for Reese in case they're improving. Keep an eye out on Object, Ads as well, out very much out of position at the back. Drobo can improve, so can C. Davies. Knox is doing out to try and get a respectable lap in to maybe beat Robin. Junuvane can pull up a surprise. Everyone's still in contention for a decent result, as Raza Gamer full commitment there, heading out of the hotel as there's a Haas going slow down the back straight. I think that's Nigel as Ali's in the pits. Raz is up to the line. He doesn't improve. He lost time in that final sector. It's Reese. Reese is backed off of his lap. It's an open door, and Nigel decided to explore the open track.
Oh, Ads just almost does it.
Yeah, I said keep an eye out for Ads. See, Davies is up in his time. Drobel's up as well, but I'm going to try and skip through who's the next closest. It's going to be Junuvane. What can they do? Can they beat Shadows, beat Nigel maybe, or get ahead of Ali Ferrari? It's up to 6th place. It's not bad effort that for Junuvane. Object, he's up by 2 tenths. This can be a big lap here for Object if he gets it right. Out of the final corner, up to the line. It's 4th for Object. Shadows is doing a go next. He doesn't improve either. And C. Davies last across the line. He breaks in the top 10. Drobel didn't improve, might have invalidated his lap, but Reese, he backed off and only just got away with it there.
Yep, Drobel did invalidate his lap. I don't know whether he backed off slightly or he carried on at full speed, but he did a 22-1, so it would have put him around either just behind or just in front of Phenom, so it would have only put him 8th place if it was valid. Like I say, I don't know if he backed off slightly in the latter part of that lap. Yet Reese doesn't have to set a last lap. He still keeps on hold of pole position, but Ads just behind. Only 30,000 separating those two. Valley Ferrari 3rd and Object Fungus 4th. And Nigel Piggle in the top 5. So, yeah, a great qualifying once again for the Haas team, 1st and 5th. After looking forward to the race now, I definitely think it's going to be, as we've seen most of the time in Tier 1 this season, one of those races where we've got about 4 or 5 at the pack, all in a DRS trying to find the right time to make the move and use the battery at the right moments to get past.
That, I think, will be the case in a 13-car field. Could be seeing quite a few more in that DRS train. But Reese leads again as he done across our European series. Starters mean to carry on, and he's going to carry on from pole position tonight. Ad's in second, Ali's up in third alongside Object, and Nigel's there in support of his teammates. So, to be fair, Nigel's actually due a good result at one point. Got a podium around Imola, and since then it's been steady for Nigel. I'll say that. It's not been great, but it's not been horrible. He's been in the mix.
You're trying to be polite there, aren't you, Cruiser?
Well, I need to be as neutral as I can, or at least as neutral as I can try to be.
Radical 13. I'd expect the whole grid to sit in a DRS train. I mean, we have seen that, to be fair, in previous races, not just in Tier 1 but Tier 2 as well, where we've got like a 10, 11 car row of just DRS train where everyone's within a second. But yeah, who knows? I mean, to be honest, there was only Droll didn't get the best lap in, as we saw, but there was only 7 attempts between first and 12th. So if the leaders start fighting a bit and it slows up everyone behind them, who knows? We could see that DRS train through the whole field. Hopefully no one has any mishaps on the first lap and everyone can get away well.
Yep, Doddy's kicking off.
Cruiser dog causing havoc.
Yeah, it's, as I said, 8 o'clock seems to be his playtime. It's not a written rule. It's just something he decides he wants. So you got to try and keep him happy.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the 4 pillars of FPRL icons right now. Actually, there you go. There's your community question. Who are the 4 pillars of FPRL, but outside of league members?
What's that question? Oh, your question. All right.
I'm just throw that out to everyone. The 4 pillars of FPRL from members that are not in the league.
Good question, that. I'd like to see what people say, if anyone says anything.
Actually, you know what? We'll include members. FPR 4 pillars of FPRL. Radical says him, Silverside Boy, Locker, and the 4th would have been C. Davies.
Would have been.
Nah, division heads. Fair play. Fair play, Radical, fair play. But mechanical seen Gary though.
I don't know if I include Gary in there.
The absolute disrespect though. But to be fair, if I were to be very, very nice, I'd actually say he is one of the 4 pillars.
I would have to say, you've got to have Robbie Parsons has got to be one. Robbie Parsons is like a cult hero in FPRL for people that have been here years. Who else? Who's another cult hero? Anyone remember Roswell? Remember Roswell, Cruiser?
I think I remember.
Yeah, mobile chicane. He was.
Nah, I remember. It was just when I just joined.
Yeah. Oh, there was I can't remember his name now. Locker will know, and a few others will know. There was a geezer that used to race in Tier 2. I think this is when we had three tiers. We have 3 tiers now, but from about a couple of seasons ago. And he had a habit of checking in and then checking out at the last minute. And
Fish Sticks has put his 2 cents in this. The 4 pillars of FPRL. Collateral adds his time penalties. The fish trains. Robbie Parsons and the pit lane DNFs.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, I can agree on the pit lane DNS. I've had one of them. That yeah, they're not ideal. Especially if you pit lane DNF and you're sort of running like 10th, it's not as bad. But yeah, when you're running in first, like I did and like Law did actually on Wednesday. Sorry, Law.
Yeah.
It's not ideal.
Alpine agenda.
Yeah, but no, quickly, just because they're going on the outlap. Yeah, no, yeah, this guy had a habit of checking in and checking out, and he was checked in for a race, and he checked out at like, he was actually in the lobby, and he exited the lobby like, I'm not racing at like 7:59. And everyone was like, why are you not racing for? And he was like, oh, my cheesy chips have arrived, and I want to go and eat them.
Oh, I remember that guy. Who was that?
I don't know. And then we said, are you actually serious? He was like, well, I've got to eat chips. I want to eat my chips. And yeah,
I remember,
didn't race.
I remember that. Who? I still do my head, and who was that?
I don't know what his name was. Oh, here we go. Radical's got another 4. Kachow. Oh, what a legend. Kachow, Stoffy, T-Jack, and the other Dutch Mafia. Oh, what? Cooch Jack. Yeah, good old Cooch Jack. He's my first teammate.
Memories. Yeah. Shout out those Stiffmeister, man. What a teammate. Carried my arse in tier 3. And now I'm getting shown up by him in tier 2. It's all love, all love. There you go. Outlap complete. And to be fair, I think asking the 4 pillars question for you was better since I think you've actually been here near enough since the beginning. So,
well, virtually, yeah.
Yeah.
Just quickly before we go, only 3 drivers on mediums: Phenom, Robin, and Raza Gamer. Everyone else opting for the hards to start on. So quite interesting that.
Seems like everyone's going for the go long approach. Ash could jump on board with ads, see if he gets the better start compared to Reese. And I'm getting PTSD from starting in the hards. In the midfield, good luck to C Davies. Anyway, we're underway for our Continental Series. Reese and ads. Pretty much even off the start. Ali's looking to get involved going around the outside, but Object's going to go through. It forces Ali wide, and there's a car taking a detour. That's Raza taking the Jarvis line around turn 1. But everyone getting through unscathed. So it's Reese, Ads, Objects ahead of Ali Ferrari up in 3rd. Nigel, Shadows, Junivane, Phenom, C Davies, and Robin. Actually being heckled there by Drobel. Trying to go around the outside of him, not happening. He's actually lost out there to C Davies. Has the Ferrari. Will jump back to this fight with Robin and Drobel. Drobel just going to sit behind, maybe look for a switchback though, going into the chicane as Robin sees that coming, defends it, but Drobel going to go around the outside at the hairpin, but they all bunch up in front of him, and that's going to allow C Davies to go up into 7th place, and Objects got past Ads, and so is Ali Ferrari. Ali Ferrari's now up in 2nd because Ads got a very bad run out of the chicane, and now Object down the inside of Ali Ferrari, looking to go around the outside is the Mercedes, and Ali Ferrari's now lost the place at the start, but he's now up 2 ahead of Object and Ads. Now 2nd place for the Mercedes. As Junivane, Junu, Raza, we got a car park. And Drobel's, that's a race quit from Drobel. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, silly from Drobel to be not saying that it was his fault. The incident, I don't know what happened. I didn't actually see it, but safety cars come out. We've got less on the grid tonight. There's not 20. There's 13. What? Why do that? Don't know why. But regardless, safety car is out. Junivane is in the box. Ads is in the box. Robin's in the box, and C Davies in the box. Now, C Davies changing tyres to mediums. I don't know if there's some people here that are wanting to go mediums to the end potentially because, I don't think that would be able to do that anyway. But going on to mediums now, thinking they can maybe fight back through the field against the hard runners potentially. Not too sure really. I'm not sure if I would have done that. Maybe I would have kept my track position, but regardless, Ads has come in, so C Davies, and I think Robin and Junivane had some front wing issues from Drobel. But it was a good start from C. Davies, it has to be said. I think he got up into P7 or P6 before the safety car came out.
Yeah, see what happens, but probably to be, as Fish Stitch says, a medium, so two-stop race. For those who have pitted Robin knowing the hards, surely not going to go to the end. Surely not for the Aston driver, but I suppose never say never. Yeah, on the safety car in lap 2 from a collision involving Drobel, Junivane and Razadema, who actually somehow survived that without any damage, despite being right in the thick of it. Junivane lost his front wing, and Drobel retiring and DNFing on lap 1, probably just through rage, to be honest. Didn't look like anything severe enough. Nigel saying that he's made it through lap 1 with a front wing and laid front wing intact, lads. Let's go. Fair enough, Nigel. Well, I suppose even better bonus. He's up in 4th. The Flow's saying only 12 people racing in Tier 1. Flashback to Season 6. Yeah. There will be a time. I think when we get a better-ish track, we'll see a better field. Hopefully. Still, but guaranteed a good race. As go for another lap under the safety car. Crusadoldo's wanting me to throw a squeaky toy. I suppose I've got a bit of time on the safety car. Might as well. Nope, he's ran away with it. No. And now he's back. Now he's back at my feet, wanting me to throw it. That's I can assure you, this is the one thing that I don't understand with him, is that he wants you to throw a toy, but he doesn't understand the concept of he needs to let go of the toy for you to throw the toy.
Yeah, I knew a dog like that.
Yeah. Can I, please? No, and now he's shielding it out. Don't make up your mind. Don't make it play or not. Right, apparently not. Okay.
Have you seen your truth? Yeah.
Yeah, Gary. The blunt answer is no. The blunt answer, because yeah, I've not got good memories from that league. I'll say that.
Have you been assigned a tier yet, Cruiser?
No, not yet. No, but its chances are, off of my time trial times, I might be in the lower of the two, but I want to be in the higher tier of the two.
Well, you might get put back with your friends from last time you were there.
Good. What I plan to do is just spear them on the opening lap, and then leave the lead again. Just simply because I can, and I will, if given the chance. Yep. And of course, Ronaldo gives up the squeaky toy as we're about to go racing again. Classic. Anyway, safety car is in the pits. Reese is going to back up the pack. Ali Ferrari looking to get his maiden win of the season, as well as Object Fungus. Nigel, former Tier 2 champion, or reigning Tier 2 champion, make the step up to Tier 1. Phenom, also a former champion in Tier 2. Shadows is up there as well in 6th place. A good running so far for the Alpine drivers. And Silver Boy recommending I sandbag in. Nah, don't worry. The time trials I submitted were from like August, so we're okay. As Reese, quite tame at the start, but C. Davies did get a time penalty and has dropped back from Ads, who's made quite a few places up already, up behind Raza Gamer. So we'll ignore this at the front. We'll jump down to the McLaren driver, committing on a two-stop strategy, has to make the most of these tyres to get ahead of the pack. The AlphaTauri now to the right of him. The McLaren down the inside he goes at the chicane. Knox is going to back up Raza. Around the outside goes Ads. It's a bit slidey an exit, but he's up now to 8th place. And Radical with an update that the championship's been blown wide open. Not this one. The English championship is that Leeds United are losing to Watford. Not bad. Leicester lost earlier. Ipswich didn't win. What is though? Does anyone want to get promoted in that league? Like, seriously. On another note, Radical, cheers for the update. But it was yeah, clean first slap restart, and Reese 0.3 of a second ahead of Ali Ferrari, and Object Fungus, like that blood-red Ferrari, he's got a fire in his eyes and he wants to get that maiden win this season, and he's got a fastest lap as well.
Yeah, and Ginny Vane then beats that. Obviously, I think a lot of them will just start beating it. Obviously, to start a bit further back, they're able to obviously go at full pace a bit before everyone else on a restart. We'll probably see that lap beaten again, I would have thought, next lap around. But Ferrari at the moment is keeping with Reese, and that's what he needs to do. He needs to step in that second to have a DRS on the next lap. He might even actually go for it without the DRS. He's putting out, and he takes the lead. And now, can he now... Object Fungus very late on the brakes there. Just about gets it stopped before going into the back of Reese. But Ali Ferrari looks like he's either been using a bit of battery or he's got some good straight line speed on a good setup. But he needs to try and now pull away a bit more, because what's going to happen next lap is Reese will get that DRS and we'll just come straight back at him.
He will, and Ad's got ahead of Nox Desire, and he's going to try and catch up to the back of Shadows, getting DRS range, which will be enabled at the end of this lap. Going on towards lap 6, DRS will help Ads in his pursuit and charge back through the pack. 50% battery though for Ads, whereas Shadows ahead of him on 65, Phenom 65 as well, and the top 4 just managing their battery a little bit more as well, as I'm pretty sure no fastest lap there for Ali, surprised. Purple final sector, but 85% battery, Reese on a full charge, Object on 93. So the top 3 roughly the same battery levels. Nigel's on 70, so he's got to be mindful of that. And Ad's already 1.7 seconds ahead of Nox Desire, who's playing DRS chicken there with C Davies, who gets ahead of him into the chicane and did see... Oh no, Nox got the DRS, so now C Davies is in trouble. As heading down to the chicane, we see Reese going for it on Ali Ferrari, but Ali Ferrari will get the second of the DRS zones. Nox Desire takes the place ahead of C Davies, and so does Robin. So C Davies started that straight in 8th, he's now down in 10th. And Ali Ferrari, as I said, the second DRS zone, that little bit more powerful actually. And Ali retakes the lead ahead of Reese. So far in the early stages, Ali's not going anywhere without a fight. Neither is Object Fungus, he's just sitting back waiting for his moment. And Nigel trying to just hang in there against the top 3.
Yeah, it's difficult to know what to do in this situation. If you're Ali Ferrari, what do you do? Do you keep your battery and almost hope that maybe Reese makes a mistake to gain that second advantage? Do you start using a bit of it? He's gone wide, and that's not going to help him any way at all. I was going to say, do you use a bit of battery to try and get that second barrier and then try and hold it? And then have Reese have no DRS, and Object Fungus fight Reese and maybe gain more of an advantage in the lead that way. But Ali Ferrari's made a couple of mistakes since he's took the lead on that lap, and all that's going to happen now as we come down to the DRS zone, and Reese will just open that up, only being 4 attempts behind, and just retake that lead, and will most likely Ali Ferrari will take it back on the next zone, because it's going to have to overtake him, otherwise Object Fungus is going to have a go. And no, he's not. He's going to stay behind just for now, so he should be able to take him at the end of this straight cruiser.
He's going to try to, and he's using actually not using much of that battery just to keep Object behind. Object just to let him to sit behind, but Reese is going to run out of time, so Ali survives that attack as Nigel almost went into the back of the Ferrari. Az is now ahead of both of the Alpines, which is important for him. He's now properly back in this mix, and on a fresh set of tyres. It's literally a lap fresher, as he's committing to a 2-stop race as the McLaren driver, but he wants to get ahead of Nigel as quick as he can and make the most of those tyres as we start lap 8 of 29 at Yas Marina and Abu Dhabi. Ali Ferrari, Reese, Object, still the 1, 2, 3. Nigel, Ads, Phenom, Shadows, Robin, C Davies and Nox Desire the top 10, but C Davies so far the only driver on a 3-second penalty, which will promote Junuvane into the points if the results stay as they are. But Ads, he's right behind Nigel. I think Nigel's going to try and be a bit clever. No, he's not. He's not going to lose time backing out of the DRS zone, or the detection point rather. But Ads, he's going to go for it against the Haas, wanting to get the overtake done, but Nigel's going to use that battery just to pull that gap to the McLaren, keep him behind that little bit longer, try and frustrate him, and take a little bit more of an awkward line just to back up Ads a little bit more as well, going into the chicane. And Reese still looking for that move on Ali, Nigel looking for that move on Object, for Ads now. This is going to be his chance, but he's not going to take it this lap, so he's just going to sit behind through sector 3, hope for a mistake from Nigel, as Ali Ferrari holds off another threat from Reese. So I think Reese is just going to want Ali to use his battery, and that he is. He's at 65% as the Mercedes driver. So that DRS, he's just going to hold on to that and store his battery. So Reese right now playing definitely more of the long game as this race will progress.
Yeah, and it's like we're getting 2 groups now, aren't we? It's almost the top 7. And then we've got a 1.8 second gap to 8th place of C. Davies off Shadows. So we are starting to get 2 groups, and even Razza is starting to sort of drop back a little bit, drop off the back of the pack slightly. Maybe he's just not liking the track, or has made a couple of mistakes potentially. Reese is a lot closer to Ali Ferrari on this occasion. Would he go for a move, or do you think he's really just comfortable staying behind for now? The only thing he's got to watch is if Object Fungus gets the run, he doesn't want to sort of slow down and stay behind Ali and lets Fungus through. I think he's going to have to go for the move here, and he is. And let's go side by side down into the chicane, and here comes Object Fungus with the switchback. Going to try and get the better traction out of the corner, and he has got better traction. He's got more speed at the moment than Ali. Ali's using a bit of battery though to try and fight back against Reese. He's going to go around the outside, and they're going to go wheel to wheel, and yeah, he has to hang it out around the outside as Ali can't fight back, and Object Fungus did go for a look, try and get in second place, but for now it stays Reese in the lead, Ali second, Object Fungus third, and I've got a feeling that we're going to have this back and forth, right up until the first pit stops for these guys.
That looking the most likely, as Ads is right behind Nigel, actually looking for the move at the penultimate corner. Pretty rare, and you see why it's rare, because he didn't make the overtake at all. So Reese now taking the lead on lap 10. Ali Ferrari, Object Fungus, Nigel Piddle, Ads now still in 5th. And both of the Alpines, give them credit, they're still sticking in, they're still staying to the back of that McLaren, and just making sure they still stay within range of the cars ahead. C. Davies tantalisingly out of DRS range, and he's naturally just about going to sneak back in it, as Ads now down the inside of Nigel at the hairpin, looking to make the overtake fully stick, as Nigel barges him to the outside, making sure he doesn't get any of the slipstream, and Nigel ensures he does. But Nigel now 25% batteries. Ali Ferrari retakes the lead ahead of Reese. On now Object, he's going to try and use his battery and get that better launch out of the chicane, take a wider line, get in the power sooner for the Ferrari, and use that battery to get yourself up into second place. Now, still looking further back, there's a lot of fighting in this field. Object's now got second place, and Nigel still holding on against Ads, but Ads has Grenado down the inside against the Haas, and he's now up in 4th as Ads. Chipping over my own tongue here, but Reese having a look behind him there, because Ads was in range as well to make the overtake, but Ads now up in 4th. Reese now down in 3rd, and he actually was leading the lap at the start. He's now in 3rd. Ads making the place up ahead of his teammate. A pretty poor lap so far, and it's going to be for the Haas drivers. There's a yellow flag in sector 3.
Knox is round.
Knox is spun. He's spun at Latifi corner, not quite Verstappen corner, which is going to be turn 5. That's still a long way to go for Knox and Raza. I think both of them actually had their own little fight in 11th place, which has now properly separated them from the pack.
Yeah, what these guys at the front are doing are obviously fighting every lap, going side by side, especially into that really slow section at the end of the DRS straight that we're coming to now. And that's really slowing up, obviously, the pack behind him. And what I noticed in the last lap was C. Davies and Robin were only about a second off the pack of Shadows and Phenoms. They'd caught up to this DRS train, but they've got out of it again because they've been fighting with each other, the two Aston Martins. They've got to be a bit tactical here, sort of, you know, to stay in line for a little bit, just until they can really be within maybe 6-7 tenths of the cars in front, as they're once again they're fighting. And this time it's a bit more easier. They're not sort of going side by side through the corner and losing time that way. So Robin now up into 8th, CD's Davies down to 9th, 1.6 off that train. Object Fungus is now taking the lead off Ali Ferrari, and that's another leader we've had of this race now. He's up 3 positions from 4th on the grid. Robin gets a time penalty. That's both Aston Martins now have a time penalty. Now it's Object Fungus's turn to try and break this second barrier. But if it's anything like the other drivers, he's going to have a hard time doing it.
There we go. Pardon me, but yeah, both of the Astons on a time penalty, still separated though from the Alpines. So yeah, Alpine will be dreaming of this sort of scenario this season, considering the car they've brought to the field. But Object, Ali, Reese, Ads and Nigel, the top 5, and Shadows and Phenom still keeping. They've got, how do I say it? They've got their foot in the door. They're just stopping that door from closing right now, as the Alpine drivers. And you've got Flo cheering on Object Mushroom, as he's quoted them in the chat. Clever. And Silver Boy redeemed a commentator's catchphrase for you to be used at some point in the race, didn't Lumpy Boy Kurt? And it might actually need to be used here, because Ali Ferrari go around the outside of the Ferrari of Object Fungus and look to retake the lead around the outside at turn 9. Get the sling shot. And Ali Ferrari back in the lead for the 4th time in this race, and only on lap 12.
Yeah, another great overtake from Ali Ferrari. We can't waste the zoinks on an overtake like that. We've got to wait until something a bit more dramatic happens, Gary, before we can use that zoinks. But don't worry, it is waiting to be used. We'll just have to wait for the right moment for it. But yeah, Ali's now back in the lead. Object Fungus will just come back at him this lap. We're on to lap 13. Obviously, these guys are on the hard tyres. And what Ads has got the advantage of is he can obviously go medium. Now, really, for that kind of strategy to really work in his favour, he's going to have to try and get past these 3, because obviously he'll be going to mediums. The guys in front of him will just be going to mediums as well. Yes, he'll be able to go maybe a couple of laps more, but obviously the undercut is very powerful. So I think Ads really need to try and get past these front 3, but it's going to be very difficult. As here comes Object Fungus once again on Ali Ferrari, takes the lead back, slots in front. So thank you very much. That is P1 back for him. Can Ali Ferrari fight back now down this DRS track? I think he'll be able to, as I think Fungus didn't get a good run out of that corner. Got a bit on the loose back end. He's going to go around the outside again this time. Can he make the move stick? Yeah, brakes. And he is back through into the lead. So, yeah, chopping and changing once again on this lap. Ali Ferrari now back in the lead after that.
Yep, quite literally the same as what happened last lap. Object takes the lead, Ali Ferrari slingshots and gets the lead back. And think if your Ads, because you're on the mediums, you're not, I think for everyone here, you're not looking to pit before lap 15. Just because you are at the half race stage, mediums will fall off drastically towards the end. So maybe around lap 18, as I say that, Phenom, who was in the mediums, in the pits, so he's going to be hoping just to get a bit of an advantage here in this undercut. Get some clear track, which he's going to, but he's going to be out behind Raza and, and behind Nox Desire. But by how much? Because if it's around 5 seconds, it's not going to be ideal for the Alpine driver, because he needs to make the most of this pit stop to try and get ahead of his teammate and get within range of Nigel and Ads. It's going to be 4.2 seconds for the Alpine driver as Object Fungus again. 3rd time he gets the move done at the chicane, and for the 3rd time Ali Ferrari is going to get the launch out of the chicane, use the DRS and again go around the outside, and we'll just rewind, press play, and Ali Ferrari going around the outside at turn 9, and on lap 12, oh wait no, lap 13, oh wait no, lap 14. 1, 2, 3 for Ali Ferrari, and that's now back in the lead again.
Yep, Rich was even going for a little look on Object Fungus there as well. He is going for another look now, trying to go around the outside. It's going to be very, very difficult to get through there. I don't think Fung got a good run there. Ali's now got 8 temps on him, and he needs a couple more attempts to break that second barrier as Nigel Wiggle into the pits on lap 15, which means he's going to be taking the mediums 14 laps. So I think it's possible. We'll see how much of an advantage Phenom had, though, obviously, here. He's gained about almost 2.5 seconds on Nox Desire as Nigel is in and out onto the medium tyres he goes. And let's see if he comes out in front of Phenom. I think he is still going to stay in front of him. So it's going to be tight, actually. It's going to be very tight. And he does just in front. So yes. I think, yeah, Phenom definitely got a little bit of an advantage from the undercut. Maybe a couple more laps and he have a bit more. But he's at this rate, he's going to come out in front of his teammate Shadows, because obviously Nigel Piggle was in front of Shadows before he pitted. So he's definitely going to come out in front of him, as now they're both overtaking Nox Desire. And Phenom having to go at Nigel Piggle, not going to go for the move on this occasion.
Yeah, but something interesting though is I think we might actually talk that on stream. Ali did go wide at turn 1, but got the better run in towards turn 3. I mean, it didn't really help him though, because Reese and Object are back in range of the DRS despite their fighting. But Reese got ahead of Object, is up in 2nd place. But what will Ads do? Oh, Reese is in. So that's going to be to cover off his teammate. So Nigel, knowing the threat of Phenom, pitted the previous lap, and on lap 16, Reese is in. So where's this going to put both Haas drivers? Because Nigel's getting held up by Raza and towards the final corner. Nigel, I think he's going to have to go for it at the exit. Indeed he is. I think Raza's actually let him through in the end, just to not hold himself up too badly, as Junovane's in the pits as well. He's had a bit of a lonely race himself. Reese is going to be out behind Nigel, so that's interesting there. But even more crucially, he's out behind Phenom and behind Raza. He's going to be with him in the exit. Reese just about gets ahead of Raza Gamer on the exit and gets ahead of Phenom as well, which is vital for the Haas driver. And he's going to get a DRS as well down this back straight. So now actually, oh no, both of them were even at the detection line, so neither of them are going to benefit. And if I'm correct here, Nigel Piggle is going to be in the net lead of the race, as there's the Aston Martin driver swapping places. C. Davies getting ahead of Robin, both of them having a lonely but solid race in the points, and getting some points for the Aston Martin team by the checkered flag if things stay as they are. But Ali, Object and Ads, surely they're in this lap.
It's gotta be. No, they're not. Oh, they are. Ali has come in.
Ali, he left that later than Ali, but regardless, he's in the pits. Object and Ads go through. So now we look to Nigel. Where is he going to be? Because Ali Ferrari is just getting serviced. C. Davies is pitted as well, so expect him to be behind Shadows or Raza Gamer. So Nigel just heading out over the start-finish line there, as you can see from the fastest lap. Ali Ferrari just heading out of the pits. He's going to go underneath the track. He's going to be out behind both of the Haases, behind Phenom, and behind Shadows. Does he get ahead of Raza? He's just ahead of Raza. So Ali Ferrari now behind both of the Alpines, as Ads and Object exchanging places in towards the chicane. We'll jump back to this. Object letting Ads go through. Ads having a victory to his name at Portimao. Object still chasing that first win. I think he's hunting down Ads, and look at the speed he's having from that slipstream. Object now back in the lead. However, he will have fresh mediums as well as Ads. So it's still anyone's game. But right now, I think it's fair to say the advantage is going to be with the Haases.
Yep, looks like Gary Sen needs to... Oh, no, he said pause and unpause. Sounds like it's okay now. The sound. But yep, Nigel Piggle is loving it at the moment. Is he going to want to let his teammate through? I don't think Nigel Piggle's going to want to do that at all. I think this could be a good battle between these two Haas drivers, as Ads and Object go again. Another lap, and I really do think that they're not really going to be achieving anything doing this, because Nigel's got a clear track in front of him. It's not like he's fighting amongst a pack to try and sort of get past and be slowed down by people on stubborn tyres. He's got a clear track, and the gap actually between the leader and Nigel Piggle is only 13 seconds, and we all know that a pit stop around here is at least 20, so they're going to have at least a good 5, 6, 7 second lead. And with 11 laps to go, it all depends on how well the tyres perform after about 4 or 5 laps newer. But yeah, I think Fungus and Az really should pit now, as Reese, now coming past his teammate, takes the net lead of this race. Will Nigel Piggle try and make a fight of it, is the question.
I don't think he will. He backed out to let Reese through. Nigel, knowing his role in this race, is just to help Reese secure what will be his 5th victory in 8 races, signifying the vice grip he has on Tier 1 this season. Being in the right place at the right time is so important for Reese and his successes so far. Ali Ferrari, though, has got ahead of Phenom and held off the attack of the Alpine, but is 4 seconds behind Nigel. Ads and Object are both pitting finally. They'll have 11 laps and fresh tyres. I thought Object was going to speed there. Not quite, but in other news, Robin, be leading the race. So obviously carrying on, hoping something unfolds behind. As Reese goes through, there's actually both Ads and Object getting serviced. And they've not even left their pit boxes yet before Reese and Nigel go through. And actually they're about behind both of the Alpines as Object goes very deep there, heading out of the pits, and is actually, as that mistake going to cost him, because Junivane is going to get out ahead of Object.
Yeah, that's not what Fungus wanted, a car between him and Ads. Now he's going to have to try and get past Junivane, which he should hopefully for him do quite soon, but obviously here Junivane has got the DRS on Ads. He's not going to get past him on this occasion or at this down this straight unless he uses a load of battery to do that. Robin, as you say, up in first at the moment, is probably just hoping for a safety car or something to try and sort of keep his sort of race position, but he will drop behind C Davies when he pits, so he will go down to 10th. But yeah, Ads and Fungus, they're going to have the fresher tyres. The question is, can they make their way through the field quick enough? And the lead that Reese and Nigel have got, we look at it now, 2.8 seconds they are behind Robin. They're around 10 seconds ahead of Object, and in front of Ads they're around 8. So like I say, it all depends on how well those tyres for Ads perform. At the moment, I can't really see much more happening if we have no more instance than a Haas 1-2 here, but anything can happen still. We've still got 9 laps to go.
That we do, and Ads pitted onto a set of softs, so he's really trying to make the most of this before his tyres cascade off a cliff. Pretty much that's the only way to describe the softs around here. He's going to get the launch, he's going to back out though ahead of Phenom. He's going to send it down the inside at the chicane, not quite, well, say the old chicane, but the hairpin for the McLaren, and he's up now to 6th, and he's got the DRS now to hunt down Shadows. And to be fair for Shadows, I don't think he'll fight this one too badly. He knows his race, and it's just going to be to keep ahead of his teammate as Ads brakes a little bit later there, just to try and keep ahead of Phenom, but the traction for the McLaren out of the chicane. There's the Alpine with the DRS for the McLaren, and away he goes. He's up down to 5th, 2.2 seconds now behind Ali Ferrari.
Well, that's the gamble he's gone for. He's gone for the soft tyre. So he's going to go very aggressive on these first sort of 3 or 4 laps that he's on them. But as you've always said, they drop off quite quickly. So by the time he gets to Nigel and Reese, will they have dropped off to such an extent as not Ali Ferrari gets a 3-second penalty as well. And that is not ideal for the Mercedes.
That's a big mistake.
But yeah, whether or not Ads can get close to Nigel and Reese before the tyres really fall off is the question we're all going to be asking, as Robin now has been overtaken by Reese, and he's still out there on 20. How old is he? No, he's pitted on the first lap, so around 20 lap hold, hards on, and he'll definitely be coming in for a set of softs, surely in the next couple of laps.
Yeah, I'm just going to quick mention though, Ali Ferrari, he's taking some interesting lines at turn 1, so if you remember the stewarding team, take note, because that's the second time I've seen it, and I usually don't want to single out a driver for doing such tactics, but in this sort of race it's getting a little bit repetitive for Ali Ferrari. I think it's going to get his comeuppance pretty quickly, because Ads is now right behind him, using that battery, trying to get ahead of Ali Ferrari, which is essential for the McLaren in his pursuit of the Haas's, and away he goes. He's now up into 4th place, which is going to be a net 3rd when Robin pits, and that gap now to Nigel is 3.7 seconds. So can Ads catch them? Or, I think the even more important question, will his tyres hold out?
Yeah, that's the question we all want to ask. I'm just noticing as well that Robin, I don't think they will make it to the end, but he doesn't actually have a pit. He did have a mediums on the first lap and obviously had some wing damage, then came in for the hards. So he actually does not have to make a pit stop. But I just think those tyres are going to be so worn at the end. He's probably going to lose most of these positions anyway. Maybe it's a gamble he's willing to take. If there's a safety car, then he can come in and get fresh softs on. Might be worth the risk. He's got nothing to lose, I guess. But yeah, whether or not they're going to get to the end is a question that we have to ask. As Ads now up into third position on 3-lap-old softs. And they're going to lose some of their performance, but not quite all of it yet, as Object Fungus is now past Shadows as well, up into 6th place. But the gap, as we look at it now, is 2.7 seconds to Reese. It's only 1.7 seconds to Nigel. He's really got to try and make a move, I would think, in the next couple. I think after about 5 laps, those softs will definitely start to fall off a little bit.
And Robin as well, knowing his fight isn't with Ali Ferrari, has let him through just to avoid either holding up the Mercedes or losing time. So Robin, as you said, can go to the end, but he is going to be suffering in the final few laps. Meanwhile, Object, as you said, up to 6th place. He hasn't really carved through the pack as quick as he would have wanted. But the leader graphic, he's 6.5 seconds behind Reese, who's broke DRS to Nigel. So Nigel right now knows his role is just park it at the chicane and make sure Reese gets enough of a gap, because Ads is catching him. Ali Ferrari is on a 3-second penalty, and I think been noted for repetitive track limits by the stewards, or at least from me. Apologies for that, Ali. Not. Ads still using the DRS. He's actually closed the DRS to ensure he gets Nigel at the second DRS zone, just ahead of this chicane. As I said, Nigel backing it up, parking it in the exit, building that gap for Reese, but the DRS is going to be far too much for the Haas. He's going to lose out here, but Ads is not using his battery too much. Now he is. Around the outside he goes of Nigel, and it's now Reese ahead of Ads in the top 2. But will Ads' tyres hold out, as we have on lap 23 of 29, Junuvain getting a penalty as well to join the 3-second club. Ads is on 4-lap-old softs, and we've 6 laps left to go as we cross the line.
Yeah, at 1.1, he's almost within DRS. He might get past Reese, but then it's a case of, if the tyres then fall off, can Reese then make an attempt to get back past Ads? That's probably what the case is going to be here, as we're looking at it right now. 5 laps to go. There's a yellow flag out. Raza Gamer is round. I don't think it's going to bring out a safety car. No, he hasn't crashed it in the barrier or anything. So we just carry on. I think Robin would have liked a safety car there, but he's not going to get one. But yes, I think Ads is definitely going to probably overtake Reese. And like I've just said, it's a case of whether or not Ads can then hold those tyres out and not allow Reese to fight back. 5 tenths is now the gap. He could potentially even go for a move down into the end of this straight here. Razagamer is retired in the pits.
Yeah, fair play to Raza. He kept going when he did. He was holding out for something, but I think that spin put any chance of points to bed. But as I said, fair play to him. He soldiered on. Just wasn't his day. For the AlphaTauri driver, he's out joining Drobel for an early bath in the paddock. 11 drivers remain at Abu Dhabi in what has been a pretty tame race across the field. Outside of the first lap safety car, it's been pretty good. And saying Silver Say Boy saying that he's lost sound, so that's regarding Raza. So he's lost game audio, and that's probably why he spun, buzzing the rev limiter at the exit of turn 9. So not ideal for him. Meanwhile, Shadow's making a move on Robin, and that's at turn 1, shockingly. So, bit bum we missed that, because that's pretty rare to get by as well. Object 2.1 behind Nigel, who's still in DRS range of Ali Ferrari, who himself just missed it on Ads. Ads is still in the mix with Reese. Reese is on 23% battery, Ads is on 30%. So shockingly, Ads does have the advantage, but it's just going to be if his tyres can make it that far. Object, though, is 2.2 behind Nigel, and that leader graphic shows he is catching Reese quite quickly. It's now 4.5 seconds with 4.5 laps to go. As Ads has made the move, Ads has gone for it, and he's took the lead. Just missed it there, but Ads deciding he's not waiting any longer. He's got to get the move done and stretch his legs and fly. So Ads is now in the lead. Reese now in second place, and Ali Ferrari 1.5 seconds behind the Haas on slightly fresher tyres. Can he get in DRS range?
I personally think those tyres might have fallen off. I know Ads has made the move, but it was because of a slight mistake from Reese going into the slow chicane at the end of the first DRS zone that allowed him to get the traction and then take over Reese. I personally don't think Ads is going to be able to pull this gap. He's going to have to use a lot of battery, I think, to do it. And as we can see, that gap is not now getting any bigger. Reese is keeping it at 4 tenths. And as they come now down to the DRS zone, 6 tenths is the gap. He will have DRS. And the more he stays in that DRS, the more those tyres of Ads are going to wear off and wear off. I personally don't think Ads is going to be able to hold this off. He might be able to keep him behind, but he's definitely going to, in my opinion, going to have Reese in his DRS now until the end of the race.
Well, it mightn't be to the end of the race, but Reese is going to probably return the favour to Ads, to go down the inside, and Ads has actually let him through. So Ads knows that he will have the DRS, but he's just got to stick to the back of the Haas, which is easier said than done. Object now 1.5 seconds behind Nigel, who is just starting to lose touch now with the top 3. His tyres are the oldest of the quintet. There we go, and he's got 3 seconds as well for his troubles. So that, I think, is Nigel's race run and done. He's going to end up in 5th at the checkered flag. He's got 6 seconds to Shadows, so I think all in all, if you told Nigel he'd get 5th place in this race, he'd very much take it. And still 4 laps of, not quite 4 laps left, 3 laps left in Abu Dhabi. Object Foundus is now firmly within DRS range of Nigel Piddle. Ali Ferrari still in no man's land. He's not quite in DRS range of Ads, who is right behind Reese. It's going to be deja vu again for the top 2. And Object, if he wants any chance of winning this race, he's got to get by Nigel ASAP. And he's going to do that in towards the chicane. So is Ads, looking to get the move done ahead of Reese, who Reese now lets him through. So now the chess games begin for the top 2, and Object has got ahead of Nigel, so that is vital for the Ferrari.
Yeah, Object Fungus now past Nigel, can now get after Ali, will overtake him anyway if he keeps himself with no penalties in this last couple of laps. Nigel potentially going to come and fight back. I don't think he is, or he might do actually. He's a little bit far back and can't quite send it on that occasion. Yeah, Reese now back past Ads again. Radical send chat. Ads is going to send it last lap. Going to try and save his battery. Well, that is what he's doing. Ads has got a penalty!
Oh, no!
I think Reese can relax a little bit now. We're just going to check actually how many warnings Reese has got.
He's
only got 1. So he can afford to go wide at least once more and not be penalised for it. Ads is going to have to try and make some kind of mistake. But at the moment, Object Fungus is going to end up snatching 2nd place here.
Yeah, and Radical says as we're going to send it last lap, I think Reese will be happily move aside because he's got 3 seconds now in his pocket. Object 1.4 behind Ali, and I think Object, he's going to lose out here. He just couldn't quite get through the field as fast as he can. And Ads opting for a bump draft approach against Reese. Just getting headed into the chicane now. And unless something catastrophic happens for the Haas, he's going to take another win in Tier 1. Object 1.3 behind Ali, who's still there, just not close enough. As Ads, yeah, he wants to win the race, at least on track. So he's gonna sit behind Reese and get the move on the final lap. He is hoping. Unless he's kamikaze and sends it here. Thankfully, he is not that. Meanwhile, Phenom and Junovan having a good fight for 7th place. Phenom will win that as well because of penalties. And all in all, a good race too for the Alpine. 6th and 7th in that both of the Astons are in the points. Knox, unfortunately, just isn't quite there today. I think that didn't help though, because he did have that spin earlier on. He just hasn't quite recovered as the Alfa Romeo driver. But we're on the final lap at Yas Marina. Reese, Ads, Ali Ferrari and Object Fungus first, second, third and fourth. And that order will be potentially Object Fungus in second place, because he's not got a penalty yet, and he's 2 point, if I'm correct, that is, actually no, it's 1.6 behind Ads. Actually no, it's 2.6 seconds, so Object's still chasing a second place here. Ads is going to be chasing the victory to the checkered flag. Reese wanting to back him up. He wants him to go through, does Reese, but Ads wants the pride of winning the race on track before his penalty goes through, and he's going to absolutely send it now out of the chicane. Not quite for the first place, but at least a bit of pride for Ads, knowing that on another day I would have had your number, Reese. He's going to go around the outside at turn 9. Reese holds firm though, and he's going to try and force Ads wide. They give us a fight here to the checkered flag. Reese and Ads still there level pegging. Ads is going to have to go for it down the inside in towards the hotel section, and Ads, he's going to get the move done. He forces Reese wide, and that is a really strong move from Ads, proving that on his day he could have won, but today wasn't meant to be his day. He had his coronation in Baku, and it's going to be another victory around Yas Marina in Tier 1. It's Reese to take his 5th win in Tier 1 and firmly cements him as the candidate for the Triple Crown in FPRL. Object Fungus takes second place. Ads holds on to third, and actually rather just loses out to second to Object by 0.2 of a second. Ali Ferrari will take 4th place, but still under investigation for track limits. Ali Ferrari, as I said, takes 4th. Nigel in 5th. Still, regardless, a strong result for Nigel. Both of the Alpines in the points, 6th and 7th. And then we have, if I'm correct, Junuvane and both of the Alphas, 9th. Not quite both of the Alphas, both of the Astons, 9th and 10th.
Yeah, and it's just, I was just actually going to comment on Robin taking those hard tyres to the end. He just actually said in the chat, 87% tyre wear. Extremely lucky not to get a puncture, but he's gone for it. Has he benefited from doing it? Probably not in hindsight now. I reckon if he pitted when C. Davies did, he might have been able to get maybe another couple of positions on the guys that were obviously finished in front of Junuvane and Shadows. But nevertheless, it was definitely a great stint. 27 laps on a set of hard tyres. But yeah, Reese on that top step once again. As you said, making the point that he would have took the win if he didn't have 3-second penalty, but unfortunately he did, and it means Reese takes the win. Object Fungus second, and Ads third. Yeah, another great race to watch, and I'm just going to invite the 3 into the party now.
While you do that, a very good, very strong race from, I think, notably Junuvane, recovered from the collision on lap 1. Both of the Alpines had a strong showing. Robin, he tried the ambitious go-long approach, but I think just ran out of laps. I think rather had too many laps to make that advantage stick. But still, C. Davies in his return gets 9th, but Reese a 5th win of the season. Firmly, as I said, making himself candidate for the Triple Crown of Europe, a Continental Series and the main championship for Season 7. And I think actually, now I think about that, the Triple Crown of FPRL could be something for the future, that.
I think you're on something there, mate.
Let's head to the showroom though. I think we'll save that for a future conversation. We'll head to the showroom, and I'm quickly going to be getting in the habit of going to the Haas, but jump over to the McLaren and get the P3 man of Ads, who took the checkered flag today on track, but track limits were not his friend. A 3-second post-race penalty put him down in 3rd, and we'll see if he does join up, because right now a P2 driver tonight, Object Fungus, has joined. Still waiting for Reese and Ads. If they do join, if not, then I guess they don't. I suppose while Object's here, Monkey Boy Chart, let's have a quick word with the Ferrari driver.
Yeah. No worries, I've just invited those two again, so hopefully they will join. So hopefully, but yeah, objects once again. You find yourself on the podium. Obviously, a week off last week at the Dutch Grand Prix. Qualifying. We'll start with qualifying. Did you expect to kind of be in for pole today? I always get the positions like mess them up where they finished. Was it 4th on the grid today for you?
Yeah, this time it's right.
Oh, I got it right this time. So yeah, 4th on the grid. Yeah, do you think you could have gone any better?
After I've seen what lap times happened there, and obviously last week off, then no racing in the meantime ever since the last race. I was not expecting anything. So I was okay with people, let's say like that. I didn't get a clean lap in. Always made a mistake. So it couldn't have been better than P4, but I was fine with P4. That's all I can say to it.
And obviously moving on to the race, it was quite obviously that early safety car. Not a lot of people pitted, a couple did, but a lot of you decided to stay out and wait for obviously the time the pit stop should be made, and it was kind of a DRS train for the majority of those laps. We saw that you didn't pit when the likes of Nigel, Reese obviously pitted as well before you. Were you ever thinking that the undercut might be a bit risky? Were you ever thinking of maybe coming in as soon as Reese came in to maybe sort of cover that off, or was it always your plan to sort of go longer, have pressure tyres at the end?
Yeah, that's the thing. Obviously, with the fights going on, I was always thinking for the undercut, but that kind of leads back to like my practice for this race. I didn't get any deeper than 10 laps into the race, so I didn't know how bad my tires would feel at what stage. So I was kind of scared to go for the undercut as the mediums drop off. Was not as bad as I expected, but it's obviously not great. So I decided to like just stick it out. Let's just try to keep going, see what happens, and yeah, ended up going quite long. Same with ads, but he obviously wasn't pressure tires. And then decided for the wrong tire at the end. And yeah, my strategy was kind of messy today.
Yeah, we saw ads obviously opt for the softs, yourself the mediums. Yeah, I don't know if the softs might have been obviously a bit kinder to you in those early laps, maybe of that stint, maybe would have got you up even closer to the lead. But nevertheless, you gained P2 obviously from time penalties from two guys in front of you. Out of curiosity, warnings for yourself. How many did you have? Did you have any at all, or?
Now that's the thing I want to address. As that drove me kind of crazy, and I think the stewards and generally the league will have to look into it. Me personally, I had none. I was very strict to myself with keeping it within the track limits, and that's where it comes to other people just constantly abusing the track limits off the track. I would just address it directly. Ali Ferrari in front of me. I don't know if it was caught on stream, but I don't think he's taken turn one a single time on track. There was a situation where I was behind him, kind of close to dropping out the DRS, and he fully sent it easily 20, 30 meters off track to just get the most run out of it, gaining 3 to 4 tenths of me. And I think that's kind of unacceptable, and the league will have to look into it and be a bit strict on that, as every driver should do the same thing, stick it within the white lines. If not, you get a penalty, easy as that.
Yeah, no, I do think it was mentioned. I think Cruiser yourself obviously picked up on it. I think a few viewers obviously saw it as well. Well, I can say if you've got it clipped, if any driver has got it clipped,
yeah,
if any driver, obviously this is about obviously who we're referring to, but any driver being seen to do that, if you want to clip it, send it in, and obviously the students have a look at it. But obviously, you leapfrogged him, Ali Ferrari, and adds to P2, so well done on that. We've got a week break, obviously, now for Easter. Another week break, yeah. Just so we can keep, obviously, all the T's in line with one another. Next race will be Singapore. How do you feel about Singapore?
Singapore is one of my favorite tracks. uh, has always been. We don't know about the quali, obviously. The quali phase is a bit unpredictable, but it's a nice track. I enjoy very much.
Okay. Yeah, well, hopefully we'll see get another good finish there. Well done today on the P2. I don't think the other two have joined us, so I guess that'll be it for interviews. Cruz, did you want to add anything?
Nothing really, just same as what you said. Well done to Object Fungus, and one day that win will arrive for you, I'm sure. But that's going to be it for us tonight in FPRL. So a big thank you to him for tuning in and for watching. As Monkey Boy Kurt said, we will be having a 1 week break for Easter celebrations. I'm just an excuse to have diabetes and eat a lot of sweets and chocolate, to be honest. But we'll be back on. Let me get the calendar. We'll be back on the. It says the 7th of April, so that will need to be reassessed. But regardless, we'll be back whenever we're back, and just be sure to keep notifications on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/FP Racing League. All the races are live streamed on a Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, 8 p.m. UK time. Usually, I should say British summertime as we approach that time of year again. And yeah, be sure to turn on notifications. We are on the way to 750 followers. Hit that follow button, and be sure to share the stream as well, because we are recruiting all of our drivers across all platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam. So type !F1 in our Twitch chat, get a link to our Discord server, complete the sign up steps, and we'll get you in ahead of the countdown to F124 and the countdown to Season 8. But before we do though, Monkey Boy Kurt, not many options in terms of drivers, but driver of the day, who's got your call?
Yeah, difficult one today. I was just seeing actually on the last couple of laps, not that I always go by what positions have been gained and what positions, obviously, but everyone really kind of stayed in the same place, give or take, maybe 1 or 2 positions. So, I mean, yeah, really come from the back to get on the podium. Don't really think he wants any massive recovery drives. So I guess I have to go with no offense to him, the boring option. But once again, he's got pole position. He's won the race, and he's shown what great form he's been in this season. He's continuing in that form into the continental half the season. I'm gonna have to give it to Reese today.
And there you go, once again, Reese driver of the day, and another race winners medal also. So that's going to be it for that. I've done the we'll be back whenever. But as I said, keep an eye out on the FPRL Twitch channel and of course our YouTube channel if you are watching this, youtube.com/Fair Play Racing League. And be sure to hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel, as all of our streams are posted on the YouTube channel. So any YouTube viewers watching this, hello. And be sure to follow the link to our Twitch server, or to our Twitch channel. Type !F1 through there, complete the steps as normal, and we'll get you in ahead of F124 and Season 8, and the run-in to our Continental Season and Season 7 as the curtain closes finally on F123. We will see you all very, very soon, and that's been Monkey Boy Kurt.
Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, pleasure to do comms with you again. Will we make it a 9th week in a row in a couple of weeks' time? I'll have to wait and see.
That we will see. And this has been Cruiser 1872. Thank you all very much for watching. And from all of us here at FPRL, good night.